Play Return to Wushan Lodge, the crossover thing. Spring wine. Ooh, what the hell? Crypt of the Seven Stars. If you cannot understand what I have written, then do not dig any deeper. What comes after this is a giant rabbit hole, as deep as an abyss. By the time I wrote the final stroke, dusk has already fallen outside the window. It was dusk too, when I saw the sunset over woody land, when I watched the sun sink beyond the snowy peaks, and when I saw that smear of red in the dark over Old Gulmud. But today, the dusk at Wushan Lodge feels quieter than ever. My name is Wuzi. It was the name of my grandfather gave me. He hoped I would have a clean life, far from schemes, innocent and untainted. I think you are already familiar with my story. Over the 10 years, you have probably heard some of the rumors about me, about the Zhang family's secrets, about the ultimate, about those old affairs of the Mystic Nine. Ooh, some lore. Some truth seems settled at first glance, but some people and some events are like scattered beads that refuse to string together. With time, all those adventures and all the mysteries that drew me in have only grown more obscure, especially as the memories in my mind, the ones that were never mine to begin with, continue to pile up. I wonder if that means he's got like some body possession. Fortunately, I managed to sort some of it out in the end. Even now, though the ending is still far from clear, these fragments of memory have their own strange flavour when I look back on them. If you are reading this and are willing to step into the vortex, then maybe you will notice details that I took for granted. Details that might hide the key to everything. Of course, you can also choose to not believe any of it. You can take it as nothing more than a story to pass the time. That is fine too. After all, what happened here is strange enough and dangerous enough. If someone insists on opening this notebook, then I should begin with the things that accompanied me all the way here. Okay, let's not open it. Except the first one is different. It runs through the entire story from beginning to end. Its very existence made me realize that every secret had its ending written from the very start. Oh, I wonder what clue it is. The first time I went tomb raiding, my third uncle, Wu Sangxing, that stingy old fox, seemed determined to test me. He tricked me into buying a pile of gear that cost me a small fortune. Okay, scammer. Back then, I was itching to get underground and see the world for myself. I thumped my chest and said I had it covered, told myself it was just tuition. I brought a whole bag of things, a modular waterproof miner's lamp, threaded steel pipes, an archaeological shovel, a multi-purpose military knife. Oh, I love little knife, like, you know, the corkscrews. A folding shovel, a short-handled hammer, bandages, nylon ropes, a compass, a wolf-eye flashlight, and more. That's some good equipment, you know. I could go camping with that. Luckily, I had some outdoor experience, so none of it was too hard to figure out. Later on, after going underground for a few more times, I brought more gear myself. These things save lives. I don't cut corners on them. Yeah, otherwise you might die if you've got bad equipment. Some of them are standard tools of the trade, others are more like symbols. I took a few photos of them. Sometimes I flip through them and can still picture the people who used them and the state they were in. It makes me more nostalgic than I care to admit. Warring States manuscript. This is the rubbing of the Warring States manuscript. A man named Jin Wantang himself delivered it to my shop at Wushan Lodge by the West Lake in Hanzhou. He kept trying to cozy up to me, hoping to pry into what my grandfather's generation of Toom Raiders knew about the Warring States manuscript affair. Okay, so he wanted information. I wonder what the Warring States manuscript affair is. That business was nothing to be proud of. The fewer people who knew about it, the better. So I quickly found an excuse to send him away. Later, I found out Jin Wanting was an old patron of the Crescent Hotel in Beijing. He was not a simple man. As for the rubbing he left behind, I had planned to try making a few... Oh, a rubbing, so I think it's like they have like something... uneven surface, you put a piece of paper over it and you etch on the pattern. I wonder what it's of though. Is it just the words? Maybe it's really old. Okay. As for the rubbing he left behind, I was planning to try making a few more copies of it, or better yet, throw the thing in the trash before it causes trouble. That was until I vaguely made out the shape of a fox hidden in the manuscript design. I don't see it. When I took it to my third uncle, his eyes lit up at once. He said it was a Warring States chart, an ancient cipher that converted text into images. He spent some time decoding the rubbing and restored a map from it. This was what led to our dig at Gozai Temple in Shandong. Oh, okay. Wait, if the guy who gave you the manuscript, was expecting something from it, and then you just took it and you kind of did your own map treasure hunt with it, why do you probably feel really left out, you know? Looking back from my grandfather to me, our fates were both altered by the Warring States manuscripts. Maybe that was a kind of destiny. Oh, we gotta click on it. Some manuscripts bear coloured illustrations, vivid and lifelike, as though ready to stir. Made on silk and weathered by great age, it has taken a dark brown cast, because it's old. Silk is fragile and tears easily, so many excavated examples survive only as fragments. Some manuscripts from the Warring States record archaic legends, divination texts, or ancient schools of thought. Okay, so they record old stuff, basically. I like history. I think they should be preserved. At the time, I could never have imagined that Jin Wantang showing up at my shop would trigger everything that followed. That whole chain of events began with the manuscript. You shouldn't have looked at it then, mate. Ooh, Mojin Talisman. This is Wang Penzai's precious Mojin Talisman. He swears it's the best ward against evil on earth. Wang Penzai always claimed he was nothing like us of the Southern School. Oh, okay, so they've got different sections, I guess. According to him, he was a proper man of the orthodox Northern School. And he was right about one thing. In our trade, there really are northern and southern branches. The Southern School was my grandfather's side. They specialized in reading soil with the Laoyang shovel. Oh, okay, that's why when he got his equipment, he had a foldable shovel, I guess. A true master could judge depth and dynasty with a single sniff. The Northern School, on the other hand, was a little strange. Ahem. Oh, he's here. Take Wan Pansy, for example. Whenever we went underground, even when the air was running thin, he still had to light a candle. If there's gas or any explosives, flammable things underground, you are going to die. You do know that. I'm sorry. You gotta bring a corner in to check that. My grandfather would have said that was proof they were slippery. Too many tricks in their gut. Yeah, he's got a gut. Sorry. Still, Wan Pansy always seemed to get results. Sometimes I cannot help wondering if the candles really do work. If they get results, it works. As for the Mojin Talisman, he never lets it leave his side. I'm really excited. Is this about archaeology? Because I love archaeology. But I could tell from the start it was probably fake. A real Mojin Talisman is made from a claw, and the longer you wear it, the darker it gets. His was yellowish green. If you ask me, it was probably a counterfeit made from an ox horn. How could it be fake? You really have no eye for quality. Something a scammer would say. Still, that Mojin Talisman did help us out later on. As for the technique called Rhino Horn Spirit Communication, that is another story. Click the halos. Its surface is carved with patterns like drifting clouds. An authentic one should be hard, smooth and warm to the touch. Pity The one held by Pansy is made fake from an ox horn. Okay, that's depressing. I wonder what a real one looks like. An authentic one would be made from a talon with a sharp hook tip. Oh, I think this is the authentic one, and because this is a sharp hook tip, and the one they got was different. Well, whether it was telling real or fake or warding off evil, that little talisman carried no small part of the Northern School's rules. Nice. I have no idea what that means. I think when I read the story, I'll understand. In our line of work, nothing is more famous than the Yu Yang shovel. Ah yes, the foldable shovel, it's so cute and it fits his design because it's green as well. You drive it straight down into the ground, then judge what lies below from the old soil brought up by the shovel head. That's clever, so basically, you're reading the soil. These days though, you just dig up a bunch of microplastics. You get a plastic bag out, sorry. People rarely use the traditional Luoyang shovel anymore. Most have switched to archaeological probe shovels, made from threaded steel pipes. I feel like he brought steel pipes along with his journey. They are much more discreet than the old wooden kind. That said, the Luoyang shovel is used to locate the site. When it comes to a tool you can really rely on, nothing beats a folding shovel. Oh, so he does have one. My third uncle had one on the gear list he made for me before my first trip underground. In the river cave beneath the crypt of the 7 stars, I even used it as a punt pole. I'll find out later what the punt pole is. This thing is unbelievably useful. I can dig, pry open coffins, and when it has to, it can even deal with corpses. I'm thinking it's offensive, you know, a bit like Plant vs Zombies. Gear has improved fast over the past few years. It reminds me of Into the Abyss, because it's like you're going underground and you're looking for stuff, but I think I prefer this one because it's not child exploitation. The new generation of folding shovels is not just sharper, it is also much quieter when you dig with it. So basically the new ones are better. You could say it's the most dependable tool at my site. Oh, let's see. The edges are sharp enough to dig through the earth. Digging, punting a boat, and self-defense, one tool all in 3. I'll have to figure out what punting a boat is. Maybe it's like a anchor? Oh, no, it's so cute. It can be dismantled and folded away with a soil handle that makes it easy to hide on your person. No matter how dire things get, as long as I saw Wang Pansy or Pansy grab a folding shovel and charge ahead, I will always felt a little steadier. Aww. I love this shovel. Aww, okay. Oh, it's a sword! Ebony blade. As I mentioned before, the ebony blade was the dragon spine that my third uncle was eager to show me. A dragon spine means it was a top tier treasure and he had gotten his hands on it by chance. It does look cool. I love swords. Looking back now, I came to see my third uncle because of this so-called dragon spine and somehow ended up going underground instead. Damn, I'd be like, no, I'm not going underground. My connection to this blade runs deeper than I'd like to admit. One Pansy used to marvel at it, saying only the finest bladesmith could forge something like this. The material alone would have been hard enough to find. To make an edge that sharp while keeping the blade as heavy was no ordinary feat. Even after hundreds of attempts, a smith might fail to make one. I'm guessing it means it's very lightweight while being sharp. I tried lifting it once myself, even with both hands. I couldn't get it up. Okay, I was wrong. It's very heavy. Okay. Its origins may be tied in countless ways to that mysterious Zhang family. Only successive Zhang Quillings could wield this blade. What, they've got super buff arms? I have seen Pokerface use it countless times, slicing open his own palm with it, fighting off. Why would he do that? Why would he slice it? Okay, whatever. Fighting off corpses with it, I cannot even remember how many times it saved one pansy in me. Now, whenever I look at this photograph, I think of the last time I saw him, with that blade on his back, walking alone towards the bronze gate. Well, this is foreboding. The workmanship is remarkably fine, every proportion forged to perfection. When drawn from the sheath, it flashes cold light. The blade itself glimmers with a dim black sheen that is impossibly sharp. A long weapon, from end to end, seemingly forged from black metal. We can't actually see the sword. I think it's in its sheath. Perhaps the story this blade carries is far greater than anything we know. Aww. I'm eating my inspirations, fuck. Flashlight. When a tomb is pitch black, light is as important to me as my own life. I've just realised I'm so stupid. We're looking through all his tools, so this is what they've all brought with them on the expedition. Some kind of illumination is absolutely essential. Cold flares, glow sticks, fire folders, these are all standard kits every time we go underground. What gives me the most peace of mind, though, is a flare gun. Its range is around 160 to 170 meters. It can light up a whole stretch of darkness, and it can also be fired into the air to signal for help. What I use most often is a miner's lamp. It is bright, throws light far, takes a beating, and can be worn on the head. Honestly, it's hard to beat. Okay, that's not a miner's lamp, it's not got the strap for your head. I don't know. Yeah. One pansy's favourite is the flashlight, so it's this one. Called the Wolf Eye. It has a long range and a powerful beam. Yeah, this one. If it flashes on at all at once, it can even blind an opponent for a moment. I think so, if it was dark. As for Zhang Quilling, all I remember is that when he went after one pansy in the crypt at the 7 Stars, he ran straight into the darkness without even carrying a lamp. I still have no idea how he saw what was going on there. Damn, maybe he's just got night vision or echolocation. A high output LED throws a beam well past 100 meters. A wolf eye flashlight with a metal body and a satisfyingly solid grip. Yeah, because it's got like texture for friction. No, I've got no friends. Waterproof and impact resistant with a ring of luminous paint around the handle. That's good. It's good design. Every time I go underground, anywhere the light does not reach, I feel as if something is watching me. Same. Perhaps the things that have slept there for centuries are using the darkness to study us in turn. These uninvited guests. Yeah, tomb exploration, hard job. Walkie-talkie! Okay. Usually something like a walkie-talkie is not much use in a tomb. Only Ning's team ever really needed them. There were a lot of them, and they often split up and scouted ahead. Her company had deep pockets, and their equipment was far better than mine. Yeah, corporate. Their walkie-talkies were waterproof, fireproof, shockproof, and a Nokia. I bet they're Nokias. And could run 3 straight weeks without charging. Oh yeah, proper Nokias. Back at the Tazidam Basin, while we were searching for the people we had lost in Ghost City. Why are you losing people, man? Her walkie-talkie was a huge help. I will never forget the bitter, icy cold that came through it. No normal human being could make a sound like that. I don't want to hear it then. And even worse than that laughter were the snakes in Tamuto, the ones that could mimic human voices. They kept imitating the voice coming from Ning's walkie-talkie. That was how they kept us believing that if we followed the signal, we could reach her team and find a way out of the forest. Well, that's fucking scary. I wouldn't, not the human mimicking things, because things that mimic creatures' actions, if they bother to do that, they're probably going to eat you. I never imagined a bunch of snakes would wear us down that badly. Waterproof, fireproof, drop resistant, it can run 3 weeks straight without charging because it's a Nokia. A military issue radio with a thick outer shell and waterproof buttons. Ooh. Its multi-band scanning can pick up faint signals even in rough terrain. For a long time after we came back from Tomoto, every time I heard a walkie-talkie crackle, the first thing I wondered was whether there was a person. Whether there was even a person on the other end. Yeah, that's it's kind of giving you PTSD, man. Okay. Compass. I like this one. It kind of looks like, you know, the metal Pokemon, Metalang or whatever. It looks just like him. The last item is a compass. In our trade, no matter how things change, the basics remain the same. After tracing the dragon vein and marking the point, the next step is to locate the site. The tools used for that may differ across generations, but the process is almost always stays the same. Yeah, I can't use compasses. The Book of Burial says that it takes 3 years to trace the dragon vein and 10 years to mark the dragon's eye. In other words, it takes at least 3 years to identify a tomb and 10 to find the entry point. That is why anything that can determine direction is so important. Still, our southern school does not put much stock in feng shui. As for the methods of locating a position inside an underground palace, grandfather's notes recorded quite a lot, but this kind of knowledge can only really be learned through practice. Whenever I went underground, I usually just followed the others. A simple compass to keep my bearings was enough. Yeah, I'd follow everyone too. Then again, compasses are not always reliable. A seasoned Toom Raider like Chen Pi never lets his compass leave his hand. He knew the celestial compass and the 28 mansions by heart. That said, he was still outplayed by that old fox Wang Zhanghai. At the heavenly palace, Wang Zhanghai hid a magnetic turtle and threw off Chen Pi's reading of the dragon vein. That mistake nearly got us killed. Yeah, that's fucking evil. Even so, every time we go underground, we still find ourselves following the direction the compass points. I suppose that it's a habit, and I suppose that's your weak point, because if I didn't want you to find stuff, I'd put metal everywhere. I'd put like mercury in the tube, and you just never find anything. The brass base has acquired a mellow old patina. Oh, okay, so it's like outer coating, I think. The needle sits at the center and turns with ease. Ooh, portrait frame. The ring of markings shows the directions and the needle's slightest motion tells north from south. Throughout our adventures, no matter where I ended up, there was always a compass to show me the way. But how the road ahead should be walked, and where this adventure truly ends, those are things no one has ever known. Among these layered mysteries, I am both inside and outside them. Sometimes I cannot even tell whether I am part of the game or only watching it from beyond. Luckily, these photographs in front of me always remind me that all those things really did happen. No one knows what the future will bring, and all I can do is keep walking.